Wer is this person, ja?
Let's just love it when you're playing an RPG and you're looking for that one NPC.
Welcome back to the Boys with a Life Plan. As you see here, it's your boy Zero.
And I'm Zero. No, I'm kidding. I'm Mash. I was trying to figure out another way to ruin that intro. How are you doing, Zero?
I think you ruined it pretty well. I'm gonna be 100%
Very good.
honest.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
I'm alive. How are you doing?
I'm good. We're just playing some more Digimon, Ox Sports Shop. There's some Cyrillic Russian on there. Game rental. Ooh, let's go rent some games. What kind of games do you want to rent?
Dude, the days of renting games are over, man. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? We just go to Blockbuster down the street, and then we go over to Zach and Cody's house and listen to the new Limp Bizkit CD.
Shit, I'd totally be down for that, but again, not a thing that's really done. Oh yeah, Game Life T-shirt. I'll buy that for 2,000 yen.
Well, actually, I gotta throw
Shit.
this in real quick. Limp Bizkit he put out a single recently, so maybe not a CD, but he did put out a single, and he's touring.
There's a summer camp T-shirt. I'm buying that. I just wonder where I go to put these on. Actually, do I go here? Am I being dumb? Player. I'll probably have to figure this out by the next episode.
You go to Spirit Hall. So there you go.
You what?
What?
What? Penny the platypus?
Why are we still on this street?
We stopped here because we were supposed to go somewhere. And I'm forgetting, and of course the officer walks right into me and pushes me away from the freaking gacha machine. Hey Mash, didn't you interact with some gacha machines earlier, like last week or a week before?
I actually did twice, and
Really?
that was on the day that we were gonna hang out. Unfortunately, we weren't able to. But to kill some time, me and my girlfriend went to go check out the Gachapon Machines at Industry City in Brooklyn, and I actually got you some of that stuff. So next time I see you, you're gonna be the proud owner of two Digimon figures.
Hooray!
Yeah. But yeah, they had that. It was, very Japanese. Like the way that you paid was very specific. You had to put in tokens. They're very mindful about, like, they gave you baskets so that you could put the ball, like the gacha ball, back into the basket once you're finished with it, once you opened up your gacha. But it was pretty cool. And they had something there that I really liked, and I went back again just to get more of them. And yeah, I mean, it was cool. I like when they bring those kind of like Japanese machines over to the States.
I was always jealous of, the Japanese and being able to get these cool little gacha machines, the cool little figurines that you can sometimes buy. Because when I was a little kid, growing up in Washington Heights, the Key Food across the street from me, literally just right next to me, had those coin-op machines. So you just put like a quarter or two in, and you can get like one of those sticky hands or little, not firecrackers, but those weird things wrapped in like this flash paper, and you just throw it to the ground and they make like a spark. Have you ever played with those before?
Yeah, it almost looks like it's like a little tissue paper, and there's a string at the end. And I think some people call them snap pops.
Yeah, that sounds like the correct name for them. Snap Pops. Oh, what's this? Searchmon medal? That's pretty cool. So I remember buying those a lot. And then sometimes you'd get like one of those super balls in those machines. And I always loved interacting with them, It was a fun thing to do, and you don't really see them anymore. Like every once in a while, once in a blue, you'll walk by a store and it'll have it outside or inside the store, but it's never something that it's never something you actually want, and it's usually never something super special either. You just kind of just go there and well, Jesus, what am I saying? You just kind of see it, and if it's something you want, like candy, or God forbid, one of those sticky hands again, those are always fun to play with. Then
Oh,
maybe you'll
sticky
grab
hands
it.
are great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, homies and ninjas. Those are pretty fun. I remember a lot of small ninja ones. Aliens. All the. You know, I actually don't mind American, prize machines as much either, or gotcha machines, whatever you want to call them. We had some cool stuff. I don't think I had any homies, but I definitely had a lot of sticky hands, aliens, ninjas, um, yeah, stuff like that.
no, likewise. I also remember the one where you get like bad teeth, like the teeth that just looks really bad, and you put them in your mouth and shit. They were probably bad for us back then because laws
Sorry,
on
painted
plastic.
with lead.
Yeah, it would probably explain why some people act the way they do these days. You know?
Probably got a lot of lead poisoning. Yeah, I think that like doing something like that is cool because you know Japan has all of these quirky things that they're really into, like the gotcha machines. And it's funny for me to say that I actually like them because I complained so much about gotchas in our most recently concluded playthrough for Kirby. But yeah, just bringing it over here, like giving you a little taste of another culture is pretty dope. I'm all for that, and it just so happens that so they had the usual type of stuff. They had Inuyasha, they had Dragon Ball, there was Warhammer. There was lots of different stuff. Some of them were like 2 tokens, some of them were up to 4. They had Animal Crossing too, was another notable one.
Oh,
But the one that I liked the most was uh, the Fall Guys one, because you get a little Fall Guy, and they have all different colors. They also have costumes too. So you're not just getting colors, you're also just getting like the Fall Guy with the costume just like it is in the game. And if you open it up, inside the Fall Guy, you have either an egg or a crown. So that adds like an extra dimension to the what are you going to get aspect to it. So all of the gachas had like a series. So there was a number of them that you could get. You could get a set out of a set of 6, a set of 5, a set of 8. The Fall Guys one was 14, and mind you, I went back twice. I got half of them. I got 7 out of 14.
Jesus.
On the first attempt, I was stoked because I think I got 3 or 4, and they're all unique. So I didn't get a single duplicate. The second time I went back, all I was there was for Fall Guys, so I just put like the full amount that I got for the tokens in for Fall Guys, and I got 2 duplicates and 3 unique ones and 2 crowns. So I was pretty stoked about that. I ended up giving 2 of them to our friend, good buddy Bulbtastic. But yeah, those got the gacha machines are pretty dope, and it's for a limited time only until like March something at Industry City in Brooklyn. But yeah, I got you 2 of them just so you know.
I very much appreciate it. The funny thing about the gotcha machines is that I was very bummed that I didn't get to go there with you and experience it, with a friend and shit. However, last weekend when I was feeling better because I was kind of under the weather for a bit, I ended up going to sort of a mall area in the Bronx with my mother just to get out of the house, just to walk around just to see what's available. And the GameStop at this mall area had gotcha machines. They had Digimon gotcha machines and some other ones too. I think a Naruto one. And I thought to myself, should I spend $5 for a token and just see what I can get? And then I said, nah, Mash already got me 2. I don't really need more little figurines around my house because I don't really have the room. But at least I got to see them. I didn't necessarily interact with them.
Yeah, I was like, when I saw that they had a Digimon machine there, like a set of Digimon ones, I thought to myself, this has 0 written all over it, so I gotta get him for him, and I did. And on the first pull, I got Agumon,
Yeah.
little Digimon that sleep. And the second one, because I got you 2, the second one was I don't remember the name, but it's the thing that kind of looks like a hamster with wings on its head.
Oh, is it orange or is it purple?
Let me double check that.
All right, everything's analyzed. I think I have everything I need.
Who is Matt's brother?
TK, you're talking about Patamon.
Let me see. I think so.
Yeah, you're talking about the hamster with wings. It's an orange-looking little guy. He turns into the angel guy, right?
It is, in fact, yeah, hamster with wings. That's the one I got you.
There we go.
I was a little disappointed because I wanted maybe Gabumon or Mimi's Digimon, but yeah, we ended up with hamster with wings.
But yeah, oh no, I wish you could have gotten Gabumon. That would have been nice, because I know he's one of your favorites.
Yeah, I would say Gabumon is probably my favorite, or the beetle one.
Oh, Tentomon.
Tentomon. You know, at some point by the end of this playthrough, I'm sure I'll remember at least the main character Digimon names.
Oh
You know,
god,
from
I
the
don't want to
original
do
show.
that. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, because we got Tentomon at the beginning, and now he's an ultimate. You see?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look at this big old guy with goggles on him.
You know, speaking of beetles, they also had a lot of odd ones too. They had a whole machine that was dedicated to different types of bugs that was similar to beetles. Like you just get like a plastic beetle. They had like dogs and little cats. What's also popular is like cute food items. It's like a little pancake and it has like a face on it, or it's smiling, or it's frowning, or something like that. It was nice. I like that. I want to see more of that.
So there's a reason why there are bug ones. In Japan, something that's actually very popular to do when you're a child is go bug hunting, and you go and capture bugs and you put them in like jars or whatever and you show it off. So the fact that they made gacha figurines for little bugs, I mean that's just authentic right there.
Absolutely. Authentic Japanese bug hunting.
Authentic AF.
That's the title for this episode. So are we at an airport because of the air travel thingy at the top?
No, they did in Japan their freaking advertisement is much more odd than ours. Well, odd to us, normal for them.
You don't say.
So we have to be somewhere here. Now we got to look out for someone with a exclamation point over their head and speak with them so we can get the mission started. And I'm guessing that's what needs to be done. Wer is this person, ja?
Let's just love it when you're playing an RPG and you're looking for that one NPC, you know, just waiting. Is that you? Is it you? What about you?
Well, let me go ahead and sell what I have so far, because I collected a few. We'll come look at these at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Do I have to go into the cafe? Is that it? Oh, there's something here. A Pokemon medal.
Pokemon.
Not Pokemon. Pokemon.
Not to be confused with, yeah, one letter off.
You want to hear something weird, actually? Talking about Pokemon and these fucking anime and the games and shit. So, apparently, when Pokemon was debuting the anime, like in 1998, instead of actually airing the very first episode first, they took the episode when they were actually sinking in the St. Anne. They used that as the introductory episode, and they used the announcer's voice to say, "Hey, welcome to the world of Pokemon. We're gonna go ahead a little bit and watch them as they're gonna take this ship and see how exciting this show is." And then at the end of the episode, you see the ship upside down sinking. Team Rocket and Ash and the crew are freaking stuck inside. And they're like, "All right, well," at the end of the episode, the announcer goes, "Well, we're going to have to figure out how this continues after we start at the beginning."
They did a Pulp Fiction.
Pretty much.
just messed with the sequence.
So I found that quite interesting because I never watched Pokemon when it was like literally first starting out. Same thing with Digimon. I didn't do that. I always watched it when it was several episodes in already. So it's interesting. It's interesting how they tried to get people's attention and get the viewers to decide, hey, maybe I should figure out how this is gonna end up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that gets shuffled around when you're changing the region for the release. And speaking of Pokemon, there's the infamous case where they changed the rice balls to jelly donuts so that they wouldn't confuse local audiences. So that kind of stuff is par for the course, unfortunately.
How about the episode where Ash had a gun pointed at him several times in an episode and they were like, nah, this ain't it.
What did they do? Did they change the gun into a donut?
They literally just got rid of the whole episode. We never saw it in the States.
Okay.
I don't even think it probably did get dubbed, but it probably just got pulled.
Yeah. I mean, I could see why it was primarily for kids. Do you think that could have been because the Pokemon, excuse me, the Pokemon manga was like a lot more graphic and vile than the actual anime? Do you think maybe that's why they were kind of?
I mean, look,
like
the reason why Ash got a gun pointed at him in the episode in the first place was because they were at some sort of a ranch, and this guy was very protective of his ranch, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" and points a gun at Ash. And at some point, he ends up firing at Team Rocket because they showed up. He's like, "You're gonna get out of here. You're not gonna deal with my Dratini. You're gonna leave it alone." And I'm just like, okay. I can see why they said no to this episode, but hell, Digimon aired on Fox Kids, and there was a literal gun Digimon, freaking Deputymon, and I'm just like, huh, that's interesting. So I find it kind of weird how on one channel it's not okay and on the other it was fine. And they were both kids shows. We didn't accept the mission, MASH. That's why he wasn't starting.
Oh. Yeah, you kind of need to do that in an RPG. There's actually a good point. We could give a pro tip to the people watching at home. Accept the mission before you go do it.
Absolutely.
Pro tip from Two Stupid Gamers.
Oh, Rico's this little girl. Okay. It's my big sister. She's gone missing. MASH, we have to find her big sister.
Do we? Wait, is this story or are we talking about side quests?
This is an actual story. What we did before was all side quests, and I feel stupid for having dragged us to doing all that shit. Well, suspenseful music. That's how you know we're on the right track. Mysteriously disappearing while riding an elevator and get taken to another dimension.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That sounds like Elisa Lang. Or Lisa Lamb?
I have no idea what you're trying to refer to. Like, at all.
There was this case where this girl was in an elevator and then she kind of disappeared. And it's actually, like, something that spawned a lot of theories online because there were so many strange details about it. And it actually ended up being referenced in another game called Y2K.
Oh.
That's 2 with a I as opposed to the number 2, because why not? And a lot of people gave it flack for that. So I wonder if this is also a reference to that, or that just a coincidence.
Oh no, they went to the police and they said, oh no, that's your sister 16? She ran away, she's fine. Of course. But they didn't believe me. Even my parents said that she'll probably come back sooner or later. Wow. That is some BS, dude. I'm sorry, but if either of my parents heard that either me or my brother went missing, the first thing they do is like grab a freaking officer by the neck and be like, you're gonna help me find my kid. Even at the bold age of 30 something, that's likely something they would do. Rico, tell him about when she went missing. I mean that too, but we're talking about like worst case scenario here.
I know. I'm just making.
Is that when she vanished? Did you see? Okay. Don't rush her. Let her finish. Okay. I kind of just need the exact details here.
It's so spooky. We took the elevator to the 4th floor, but something wasn't right, said Rico. Anyway, something about an elevator?
Yes, so it seems as though people disappearing in elevators is a story that happens everywhere, not just here in the States.
I think it happened in Canada and it was referenced a lot, or something like that. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of interesting, I guess. If somebody goes into an elevator and disappears, you can't help but wonder what happened to them.
They went to another dimension. They were abducted by aliens, I tell you.
That's exactly what they did with the Y2K one, was that they just went to another dimension, which, man, that game was horrible. But, you know, it is what it is. We're not playing that right now. We're playing Digimon.
Didn't you dislike Y2K because it was like a buggy mess?
It's not just that. No, honestly, it wasn't a buggy mess. Pokemon Scarlet was a buggy mess.
Absolutely.
Fallout was a buggy mess.
Absolutely.
No, Y2K wasn't a buggy mess. I'm sure it had a bug here or there. Really, it was a combination of like 3 or 4 different things that made that game bad. Excessive dialogue with like bad writing. You know, the gameplay was not balanced very well. A lot of annoying references and like stupid meme jokes thrown in here and there. And I think overall its problem was that the game was just too ambitious. It tried to be everything, and it should have just focused on being one thing and being that one thing very good. But, you know, I guess they just casted such a wide net trying to say like, oh, it looks like Mega Man Legends. Oh, it's kind of like Final Fantasy. It's kind of like Persona. It's kind of like Paper Mario. Oh, it's totally a reference to Earthbound. And I don't know. I guess just when you do that, you really got to be careful not to just make this big mess of a thing. So there's lots of reasons. I don't know if I ever did a video on it or like talked about it on a podcast or something, but I definitely had a lot stronger opinions that I could kind of word out better. I could make my point more, you know, I could be more accurate with why I didn't like it and explaining that. But that was a long time ago, so I don't remember everything that was bad with that game off the top of my head. Just that it was bad.
Yeah, no, I remember you actually talking about it. I think it was in one of our Game of the Year videos. I think that's where you probably complained about it, and you either made it like your worst Game of the Year or something else.
Oh, if I put it into Game of the Year, I'd say it definitely was. It definitely got the worst Game of the Year. Without a doubt.
You just got to go back and, you probably would like to go back and see what happened.
Dude, you do not set me up waiting for something that I really want for like 5 years, and then it comes out it's a mess, and I'm not going to complain about it on our YouTube channel. Like, that's just not how it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're taking 4 or 5 years to make a game, like, that means you're taking your time. You probably ran into some issues, and you should be like testing shit and getting other people's opinion about it so that you can make the game fun, not just whatever it is that's in your crazy little head.
Yeah, I think Q&A would have gone a long way. You know, sometimes the problem with being creative is that you just want to try a little too hard, and you set your ambitions incredibly high, and then it's just not possible to meet that. Like, the game was getting like tons of press. Apparently the initial reveal trailer was a lot better than the actual game, or looked a lot better than the actual game itself. And when it comes time to actually put those promises that you make, the idea that you put out there, to actually put it down and make it into a game that people will get to play, you know, it's if you mess that up, you've completely screwed the pooch on delivering on your promise. And that's just what they did. They had this insanely ambitious idea, and they couldn't even deliver on like 10% of it, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember my plan was to stream the whole game because I was gonna be so stoked to play it, and I didn't do that initially. But then while I was playing it in my own time, I realized, I'm glad I didn't stream this. This game is not good.
Oh my god, dude. I'm so sorry about that. I kind of had a similar feeling when I played Yooka-Laylee. It wasn't a horrible game, but it was quite dull. And for the people who created Banjo and Kazooie to make something like that, it's just frustrating, you know? Especially that freaking casino world area that they made. I swear to God, I almost stopped playing the game just because of that one area. Literally just that.
Yeah, and that was trying to be based off of Banjo-Kazooie, wasn't it?
I mean, the same creators that made Banjo-Kazooie, they formed a new studio, and they wanted to basically keep making a Banjo-Kazooie-like game, so they made Yooka-Laylee, and I was fully behind it. Because again, Banjo-Kazooie, fun platforming game, open world platformer. But they leaned in too hard on the original concept, which is collectathon and, quippy, funny story. So instead of making an evolution of that, they stuck a little too close to their chests when it came to creating Yooka-Laylee, and I'm like, it would have been better for you guys to just make something sort of Banjo-Kazooie-ish, not exactly that, but with different characters.
Yeah. And again, kind of trying to trying to kind of bank on the fact that people will get this because of the legacy of Banjo-Kazooie and how this basically like a spiritual successor to a lot of people's favorite game of all time. And yeah, I mean those are very big shoes to fill, and not everyone's gonna be able to do that.
It's very unfortunate. I mean, I still recommend people play it if they enjoyed Banjo-Kazooie back in the day. Just don't expect too much from it. I really would have liked them to make an actual attempt to making another 3D platformer, but with more modern ideas, like what they did with Crash 4, which by the way we played through on this channel, and it is a perfect example of evolving, of taking a concept and evolving it for a new age. And it's not even that they did too much different. It's just more like, hey, instead of having a lives system, die as many times as you want, but you'll get a bonus if you die less than 3 times.
Yeah.
That's fucking genius.
Yeah. I mean, Toys for Bob, obviously, not only did they say, we're gonna take this project here to give a new Crash game, to take this beloved franchise and give us, another one. But they actually did the work. They properly tested the game as well. They knew what made Crash good, and then they put that into Crash 4. As opposed to kind of just going out with a vague idea of different things that people like and what could be a cool combination of these different ideas, but not actually, living up to properly testing it, thinking about hey, how much dialogue is too much dialogue, how much exposition do we need, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, no, Toys for Bob actually is they legitimately did a good job with that game as opposed to the aforementioned Yick.
Jesus Christ, there's that freaking roar again. I'm guessing that's the doggy that they talked about before, huh? Let's run over here and grab this item. Farm development kit, I'd love that. What was that?
I said, you mean that question mark box from Mario?
Absolutely. I'm actually thinking we're gonna have to leave this boss fight for next time because we're at time, everyone,
You
unfortunately.
don't say.
Yeah. We spent so much time retracing our steps that, oh shit, it's the Digimon 02 crew. Look at that. Gonna beat the shit out of them. Yeah, we spent way too much time not activating the freaking, quest that, we ended up taking up a lot of the episode and trying to figure it out. Because I'm very, very dumb and I forgot to activate it.
But that's fine. That's what next episode is for. We're gonna put in the work. We're gonna QA test this and make sure to, give you a good next episode. And we thank you guys for watching.
That's right. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to slap the like button. Leave a comment down below. Have you guys had issues playing RPG games? Are you frustrated with developers copy and pasting their old ideas and not innovating? Let us know.
That's right. And we'll catch you guys on the next Two Stupid Gamers episode.
See you next time, everyone.